My name is Kinga Laura Ambrus. I'm the project coordinator in Victoury. And today's subject is about creating leads, turning leads into options in Victoury, and of course, options into bookings. And I will be talking about the standard deals, the itinerary deals, and of course about the trip designer, one of the most maybe intuitive places in Victoury. So a short overview of today's subject. As I was mentioning, the lead to booking is today's subject. So we will be creating a lead together, a lead even from Victoury and one from the website as well. I will be adding arrangements to a deal. I will be showing a trip product and then an itinerary deal. And then I will be showing you a day-by-day travel plan in the creation of a deal, the turning of a lead to an option, then adding the arrangements to an option, which is not possible in a lead, then the trip product, and of course, using the trip designer, which is the hot points of today's webinar. I have already prepared some products for you to be able to show you in details, but maybe starting from the scratch would be interesting for you to see. So probably all of you are already familiar with the structure of Victoury. The basics are the products that can pertain to categories, can be of many types, like arrangements, itinerary type products, or even both. These products can have multimedia, texts, translated texts, can have even extra fields, and based on their categories, they can have many purposes. The main product type or product category is the package, or inside the package, there can be many types of packages like city trips, tours, group tours, cruises, and many more. I will be just showing you one basic product which does not have yet an image, does not have yet any multimedia or text either, is not yet a package. In case the first starting point, you would like to use the trip designer for even creating your package, the steps would be the following. So you have a basic product already created. I will be just copy pasting the product code because that's how you can link trip entry, a trip entity, to a product. And that's how you can manage the package structure from the trip designer. So I will be just going to trips and I will be adding a new trip. In the product code, you will notice that I am copy pasting the product code of my initial product, because this is how the system will retrieve the product and will ask me whether I want to link it. I will decide to link it. Some of the details from the product level are already taken over. What I need to specify here, what is the currency, because inside the trip product, you can already have some financial information already. And for the printing of the PDF, which I want to show you, I will be choosing the English language also. I have created my product, the trip entry for my product, which has taken over even the duration. Here, even empty, I will just save the changes. And if I go back to my product, you will see that it has already become a package and it has a trip related to it. In the package, I had a duration of 5 days and 4 nights already set. That's what it has been taken over on the trip level. Going back to trips, opening the city trip Alicante, which is, as mentioned, accessible even from the list of products. Let's just add quickly products, but maybe to show you the trip designer structure, it would be interesting for you to see how the properties of the days would be set, what the trip details are containing, so and so forth. So let me first start on the trip details. What the quick window when setting up the trip has shown me, it is already visible here. I have already set a title for it. I can add the cover photo, an intro and outro, the included and the not included section, which you will see that they all have dedicated sections on the PDF that may be printed from the product level also. Product which has a trip entity linked to it. I will just add the photo. And even for the intro or the outro, you can just quickly copy paste text or use dedicated products in case you already have a product in such a way prepared for description purposes. Description products are special products in Victoury that can be set up as itinerary type products. These do not have to have a price related to it. And their purpose is to offer images and descriptions for certain parts of the system. If we are already in the trip designer, let's manage a bit the package contents. The main package product is my product to which I have already linked the trip. And the add new button would help me in adding supplements to this package, which can appear on the days. Of course, I would need to select the day to which I want to add. So I have selected day 1, and let's just quickly add an existing hotel. So the hotel has been put as a supplement to this package. And if I click on the hotel and then on the properties, I will see the properties of this particular hotel. This hotel, which is just a test on my environment, does not have any image or any descriptions. If it would, the description of the product and the first multimedia entry would have been migrated also. Of course, I have already set up a product for you to be able to show all these details. Now, in this presentation, I will be just using basic products. Immediately, we will jump to the more nicely created trip product, which has already a very nice PDF print attached to it also. In the package contents, I already see the hotel. I can edit the package contents in which I have already the duration, but I can set up maybe a longer duration for this hotel in case I want to extend it even to day 5. This is possible here also. Let's put it to 4 days, save it, and you'll see it has extended. Or you can just drag and drop and extend it to day 5. So this is already reflected in the package structure, so the duration has changed. It is a very easy way to manage even your product, even your package structure, supplements in your package structure, and everything which is inside the trip. Of course, the trip designer, as I have mentioned, its main purpose actually is to provide a more detailed itinerary overview. So that's why you have the description for days. So clicking on a day and property, it presents you all the fields that you may just fill out in order to complete everything about the day itinerary. Let me put here a quick description of the first day, which already appears on the right side, which is a quick overview of everything that I have entered in the trip contents. The description is again HTML field where you can use every formatting which is needed. You can even insert texts from the text library in Victoury. You can even use placeholders if needed. These may be used on the trip level when this trip is booked as a product. And then, of course, the multimedia image that can be attached to the product. I will just add an existing image to this product. So you see how it appears even on the day description. I'm moving this aside a bit. And expand all, it shows everything which is in the trip itself. This is just a basic trip I'm showing you, but as I promised, I already created a very nicely put together one. So let's just jump to that one. I will be going back to the product list, just a quick view of everything, what has been put together on this product. In the package manager, you can open the trip, manage, forward your package structure. Jumping back to the product, I have a price, which is just the basic price on the main package level. Here again, you have a quick access to the link trip, and the rest of the products are actually the basic details of the product. So let's just go like in a cooking show to the very nicely put together package that I have prepared for you. And here, this is a package which has been put together in the trip designer. That's why in the package manager, you won't see the package structure. You will need to open it in the trip designer itself. But I have just some basic details on the product level. I have a multimedia entry in the texts section. I have a short description of the product. And going to the trip designer part of the product, as you see, it has already a flight, it has an accommodation. The accommodation itself has an alternative, which I will be just giving you some details about in a minute. And it has even an itinerary type product for descriptive purposes of the destination. It has a short city trip, and everything is just well put together for 4 days. In the expanding window, everything is summarized, images, descriptions, and everything. So I was mentioning the alternative product, which is a very interesting part of the trip designer, and then it's a very interesting part even of the booking process. Here in the package contents, you might see that there is an A letter near the accommodation for this trip. And this means that this accommodation has an alternative, which is another hotel. So optionally, the future customer might choose another hotel instead of the one that you have offered by default. I will be just going back to the product to show you how the document looks in case this has been put together. I will be just generating a new one. And as soon as the generation process is over, the system will show me that it has been created. Don't be bothered about the fact that it shows an hour ago. The server time is your time, actually, not our time. We are an hour ahead of the server time, so that's why it's a bit misleading, but it has just been generated. And when printing, all the details that I have put together in the product are shown in this little document. So I have an image from the main product level, I have the description, I have even the number of participants, which I have set up in the allotments part, prospect participants, because this is just an offer. It's a product level offer. It has not been created as a lead or a deal or anything. And for every day, I have some details. I have a day description, day title, day description, day image, and even the accommodation can be printed. But of course, this document is on every tenant to his design, to his branding, and to his actual purpose content-wise, so it can be at any time, on any level, customized. And now that I have this nicely put together product, let's see how this can be booked and how leads can come into Victoury, which can be turned to offers and then to bookings. So the first step is probably the deal list. I have already created a deal coming in, a lead coming in from a website. That's why this little exclamation mark is here appearing. Usually when a lead comes in from the website and the customer email address who has filled out the form on the website is already on your Victoury environment, Victoury cannot overwrite from security purposes the details that he has filled out. That's why you have this exclamation mark marking that a customer who is already existing in your environment has just filled out a new lead form. In case this lead form has been filled out by a new person, by the email address not existing in your environment, you will not see this exclamation mark. This exclamation mark is actually marking that you need to match this customer to the one that exists on your environment. So creation of a deal. You see here that we have a possibility for a standard deal, itinerary deal, and the deal, which is just a basic lead. And let's just start from the end with the lead one. The lead form is the basic one. It actually resembles, or it can be even the same with the web form on your website. Just basic information are usually requested from the visitor. So he can choose the destination he wants to visit. He can, of course, the brand is refilled because my user is branded. And then I have the period I'm asked when I would like to travel, the duration, the way of travel. Let me just quickly fill out everything. I will not be filling out the rest here because these are not mandatory, but I will just input the best name and the best last name. And a new email address, of course. Basic information that can be requested even from a web form, from your visitor. And if this is saved, this can come in from the operator's part, of course. So that's why you have this possibility even in the Victoury interface to create the lead by an operator. This was the form. I have created the lead, and now I'm going back to the deals. And this is the lead that I have just quickly created through the Victoury interfaces lead form. Here in the lead, you may notice that we are missing the arrangements tab, which is a very important tab of a deal. But in the leads, we do not have any arrangements. We just have the basic information that has come from the form into Victoury. In case this deal has been created from the web form, the API method that is dedicated to be used on a website to create a lead in Victoury can create many other details inside this lead. So even beside the fact that, of course, as I mentioned, this customer was already existing in our environment. That's why the matching is a functionality that I, as an operator, am requested to perform. I have the lead information, and a task was created, and a note as well was created from the website. In the note, I can have, of course, more details, which I did not fill out in the form. So if you have a detailed form, maybe with a message, then the body can show the message that the user has filled out on your web form. Or even if the web developer chooses, or you choose to have all the details of the form filled out in a just textual structure, it can be saved in a note related to this deal. And of course, I have a task as well, which for notification purposes, even for the customer, in case a web developer chooses to checkmark or send this notify customer as a pre-filled data, then the customer may receive an email from Victoury saying that he has filled out a lead form, and the operator as well, in case you define that there's a predefined sales agent whom do you want all leads coming in from a website be assigned by default, that operator can receive an email notification also from Victoury that leads has come out in from the website. This is for a better overview, of course. And then the matching of the customer, as I mentioned, is something that I need to perform. What this does, it takes over this lead and it migrates on the level of my existing customer to this George Smith person. So I will just click on it. I need to confirm that this temporary person is in fact the person that the system has found as a match. So I confirm that, and everything which is moved from the temporary level to the level of the permanent customer is shown to me. So now I have my lead in order, which now I may decide to save as an option or to further edit in case I talk with the customer by phone or I have new details, so I can edit the details. But I will just quickly step to the save as option. And now my lead has become an O-type booking, which is an offer, an option, and you might have noticed that the arrangement step has appeared also. This is the first step towards maybe even having customer payment, having accounting, and having arrangements, which was not in the lead level. As mentioned, that those were just for the purpose of having the basic information of an inquiry. And now we are on the option part where I can add arrangements. In case I would have started from the create deal, I would have had the opportunity to select a standard deal or an itinerary deal. If I am on an option level, I still have the choice whether to continue as a standard deal or an itinerary deal. But here the trick is that I need to use, in case I would want an itinerary deal, which has a trip designer trip entry linked to it, I would need to use a trip product as a first arrangement or as any arrangement. If I use a trip product, the trip product which I was showing you in the first half of our webinar is actually the product that I have already put nicely together. If I choose a product which is of itinerary type, of trip type, then all the trip details will be migrated to the deal level. So going back to my deal, this is option. So let's continue by adding that nicely put together product of mine, which I will be choosing to travel in May. And as far as I remember, it was for 4 days. And here my trip is showing. I'm choosing booking, and the overlay of the package structure shows me the entire structure of the package, even the accommodation and its alternative. So I will be just going forward, not changing anything on this level. In my package, I have set everything to be as marked include in total, which means that the price of these supplements will be added together to form the final value of my deal. And all I see here, of course, except the alternative, will be added, summed up, added together, and be forming the total of my deal. I have booked. Of course, the system is showing that it's loading, so everything has been loaded into this deal. Now, if I go back to the deal level, I will see that there's a link trip to it, but it does not have a title. That's why you have this not available, marking that the title is not available. But if I click on it, I can even add the title for it. I will save it, but you see everything which was set up nicely put together on the product level has been already migrated to the deal level. So I will be just saving these changes, going back to the deal. In the deal information, I will be seeing already, I see the title. So the quick link is still available. The arrangements level is showing everything which I have marked to be booked, even the flight, the city tour. And if I decide together with the customer that maybe the alternative hotel would be a better choice for him, I can even do the switch. Of course, just notice the recalculation of the totals. So I'm choosing the great hotel instead of the basic accommodation, and the trip value, the deal value has increased. Now that I have my deal nicely put together and this is an offer, I can already print it. This is an easy way because everything has been already put together on the product level. I have just booked that product. And now if I generate the document on the deal level, the only difference is that it is a dedicated trip, an offer to a certain customer. So there are already some basic customer details as well showing beside the details of the trip. Of course, with payment information, but again, this program, this travel plan, which is printed from the deal level, can be very well customized to your desire. So I have the details of the dates. I have the one person, which was the traveler. Then I have the day-by-day travel plan. Of course, I can make this more beautiful. And I have dedicated page for the payment details and the included and not included, which was on the trip level. And again, in case you need down payment, rest payment, proposal, you can have its dedicated page at the end. So actually, this is the short and maybe in a nutshell, the booking flow that you can follow in Victoury from a lead to a very detailed deal, in case you take the time to put together everything on the product level. In case you do not do this on the product level, you still have the opportunity to perform a very nicely put together deal, but then you need to follow the itinerary deal creation process, in which you from the scratch create the trip. You enter here the trip title. Of course, the basic deal details are the same, but let's do it even from here. I will be creating a new deal, itinerary deal, just filling out the mandatory information. I will be choosing that same George person that I have already used in the lead. Now I'm choosing two persons in my offer. In the itinerary deal, you have this special window which allows you to even make the room assignment. This room assignment can have its own dedicated place on your document in case you choose to, or you work with room assignment and you want to show even this on the document, or it can be used, this information that you put together here as placeholder information. The placeholders in Victoury are special variables that can be used in text libraries, in emails. So in case you want to send out an email about the room assignment, you don't have to copy paste again the information of the room assignment. You have a dedicated placeholder for it. The placeholder list of Victoury is something that is available on our website. So in case you go to the help center of victoury.be, which is our help center, then if you choose to search by placeholder, you will find the article which very in detail presents you all the placeholders that can be used in any text in Victoury. So back to our room, I will just drag and drop George and Mary in the same room. go forward. Just add the basic product. It should be a hotel. And I will just save it as an option. And now if I go to my deal, of course, I will see that this has a link trip to it. In the deals list, of course, this deal is marked with the trip quick link. So I can open the trip even from here. And what I see is that I have the whole duration of my offer, which is for 3 days. The only arrangement that I have added here, for which I am at any moment able to put together all the details, which has not been put together on the product level. This can be done here in the trip level. And I can then save the changes, go back to the deal and print out the details. What is very important to know about the trip designer that in case you want to manage financial information related to the deal, like changing prices or deleting arrangements, this is best practice or most recommended to be done not from the trip designer, which is for description purposes and day-by-day itinerary plans, but from the deal level, from the arrangement section. So in the arrangement section, you have all the possibility to edit an arrangement, to edit the financial details of an arrangement. So in case you want the calculation to be as accurate as possible, the financial information related to the deal should be edited from the arrangement section. Aside that, the trip designer is a very, very handy tool and offers you all the details or the places that you need for making a very nicely put together offer for your prospect customers. Of course, in case you have maybe as a closing, or in case you have created your deal as an itinerary deal and you have decided to save it as a booking, the trip related to it will not be lost, and it can be used for a travel plan for a trip or even containing details that are very handy while on travel. So this can be a carnet de voyage or a letter, departure letter related to the deal afterwards, after it has been turned from an offer to a booking.